Last year, OConnor entered the game of camera accessories. They started with the CFF-1 follow focus, and they followed up with a matte box. And now this year they have another follow focus. This has learned a lot of the lessons of the CFF-1. They brought a lot of that high-end technology down to a more moderately priced unit, but it's still a very full-featured one. This is the OFocus is what this unit's called. Now, the first thing that you'll see is that it can actually take two knobs, so I could put that on there, make it a two-sided unit if you want. It comes this way. This is the standard unit that you get, and that would be an additional, but it's open there that you can add that on, and it's compatible with everything that's on the regular the original CFF-1. So things like this is the lightweight 15 rod mount, which is the same one that's on the that's available for the OConnor CFF-1, and this is actually how you position the gears to the lens. You can get way in there, so it's really a very far range that you have available with this thing. You can actually send it all the way over there, so I can't imagine that past the center of the lens actually. But or you can slide this all the way off and instead put on the rod bridge for Studio 15 or 19. So you actually have a full featured follow focus at that point to get onto a studio system. Other features of this follow focus are that this knob can be used in traditional continuous turn mode, or you can switch that in, and then you are limited on the range for those lenses, like still lenses that just rotate forever and ever, and so you'll lose your marks. So this way you can adjust it and set that wherever you want in that range, or again, you can use it in the traditional way. This is really designed to work well with still lenses. So one of the other features that it has is that the gear ratio on this is a 1 to 0.75, which means that if the marks are really close together on the focus range on a lens, like on still lenses and a lot of video lenses, you only turn it about 90 degrees for the whole range from 1 foot away to infinity. And that means that when you get up past like 15 feet, all those marks are squeezed together. You just can't tell where you are. So this expands that range so that on your dial here, you have spread out the marks, and you can really see where you're actually setting your focus. You can actually adjust it. And it still works great on cine lenses, but on still lenses, geared a little bit more towards making that a little more comfortable to work with. Now, OConnor likes to sort of throw in the kitchen sink with these follow focuses, and with all their devices, like the matte box, they give you a whole bunch of trays. Just give them all to you, done. Well, they do the same sort of thing here with the follow focus. This conical ring here, the marking disc, they give you 10 of them with the kit. They just throw them all in there. So that way you have a whole bunch of discs that you can pre-mark all your lenses, and you can be all set. They also give you 5 gears for different lenses. 2 of them are, one is a Canon, one is for Fuji for their video lenses, and then they have 2 different sizes for film lenses and the 0.8 pitch film gearing. And then the 5th ring is actually not a geared ring at all. It is a rubberized ring. It's a rubberized outer surface, and that is it's a friction ring. It just shoves up against the side of, again, a still lens that doesn't, or whatever lens that doesn't have gears on it, and you can by friction tension alone, just be able to rotate and adjust focus on it. It's a pretty versatile unit. Again, you can put on the CFF-1 accessories, so they have an extension to slide the handle out further, the knob out further. You can also, instead of using this knob, or maybe on this side, you can get the CFF-1 knob, which is the one that offsets, so you can sort of swing it way down and be able to see your marks a little better depending on how you have it rigged. Pretty versatile design, but of course you can't use a follow focus at all unless you have rods, so you need a rod mount for a lot of cameras. That's where they came out also with this. This is a rod mount, a bridge, a base plate for a small camera. Now, a lot of different companies have these. What is nice about this one is that it's a universal design for as many cameras as they could possibly make it, which is why it's so tall. I mean, the thing looks kind of weird, it's so big. But by being this tall, you can put these little HDSLRs on it, you can put camcorders on it, you can put a whole variety of them, and then you just adjust the rod height to be the correct distance for the center of the lens, so a matte box lines up, and then you can get, it has great versatility in that way, which we like versatility. Why buy something that you have to throw away the moment you have to get the next camera? You can adjust the front rods separately than the rear rod mount, so that if you need to have it all go straight through, then you can put them to the same height and you have added support. But if you don't, maybe you put this up higher and so a battery sits up higher, or maybe you have a shoulder pad and it balances a little lower on your shoulder or something like that, maybe, who knows, whatever you might want to rig. And you don't even have to use it if you don't want. And if you want to use this with, say, big lenses and a system that you might need additional support, where you would go to a studio bridge system, like a 1519 studio bridge plate system, then OConnor will have all different heights of these vertical struts that you can get. And frankly, it's just lightweight. They're 15 millimeter rods. That's all these are. And they just bolt it in there, and you can just do the bolt, slide them right out. You could get your own, but OConnor will have them in relatively inexpensively priced, so that you can get this designed for exactly the right height for your model camera, so that then this will be the correct height as a spacer to then put a bridge plate underneath to take 15 or 19 studio rods, and it will work with either the Element Technica hybrid or Arri style, Arri and other brands of Arri style bridge plate systems, so that this will be correct height and correct left-right spacing. They actually have multiple holes in there. Other clever design things, the really easy to turn knobs that you can get your finger in there and you can put a screwdriver in if you want, the little trap door to get access, and then that flips back down. It's just well engineered and well built. Frankly, there's lots of different versions of these sort of things on the market, but there's not much that you can get that's universal. You have to buy one and then you throw it away in the moment that you get another camera. So this can work with lots of different systems, including working with your OConnor OFocus follow focus. You got your little riser, both from OConnor, both available from AbelCIne.